Today I have a little bit of yarn and a little bit of fabric. If that sounds like something you want to take a peek at, hang around with me and come on. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here today. Just take a deep breath. That's what we're going to do today. I am tired, but you don't want to know that. You want to see the goodies, don't you? Oh, yes, I am. The reason I said I was tired was a prelude to opening this can of sparkling iced caffeine because I wanted rain. I got rain. And it is dreary day after dreary day, but I can't really complain because it's kind of a mixed bag. All right, so whether you're new here or you are a returning viewer, thank you for spending some time out of your day with me, because I do know sometimes we have things to do and it's not always conducive to watching our podcasters. So thank you. All right, I don't really know what to start with first. I got some chitty chatty stuff going on and I will wait till later to give that to you. But, okay. So let's start with the yarn. Now, it kind of involves a whip, but indirectly. So this is the whip that I've been working on for Tina. The knitted hand towel. And my little bitty squirrel stitch marker was where it was the last time we talked. Or the last time I showed it to you. And forgive it, it's been kind of crumpled up in my bag. But, do you see how gorgeous this is working up, right? How beautiful those colors are laying? I said I wanted to make me one. Make me one. And that's the thing about Lily Sugar and Cream and Peaches Sugar and Cream, or whatever label Spinrite wants to put on it, because Michael's Loops and Threads is the same yarn. Peaches and Cream, which is at Walmart, is the same yarn. It's all by Spinrite, and it says right there on the label, Spinrite. Now, I don't know if Michael's Loops and Threads says Spinrite on their label, but it doesn't matter, because it's all the same thing. Now, this is Peaches and Cream from Walmart, because we did go to Walmart. And that'll be more in the chitty chatty section. But, I didn't get just a couple. Normally they have only 2 or 3. But this particular Walmart had quite a few. So I ended up getting 5 of these puppies. Now, the thing about it, and these are called, I probably will butcher the name because I usually do, Fleur de Lavande. Fleur de Lavande. Otherwise, lavender flowers, basically in French, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Look at that. Am I wrong? I don't know if it's in shot or not. All right. The thing about it is they are different dye lots. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Okay. How did I luck up? I totally lucked up. Well, hold on. They have different stamps on them. They're all from October of 2025. But we have 2 that are stamped with 28. Oh, no, 3 that are stamped with 28. And then 2 that are stamped with 32. But honestly, they all have the same shades. So they would all work in a knitted towel. So I have 5 of those puppies. I didn't need to buy any more yarn right now because I have all that Lily Sugar and Cream that Meredith sent me. But the only thing about that is I wanted this towel. So I'm going to make, after I make Tina's towel, I am going to make my towel. So that is kind of a whip update and a haul thrown into one. I need to start looking at what time I start talking to y'all. If I had a fancy schmancy camera, I would have a screen facing me that would show me how long I've been talking. But I don't. I'm a simple girl with my phone. Alright. In our out and abouts yesterday, I ended up, because I told her I wanted to go to Hobby Lobby. I haven't been to Hobby Lobby in a minute. So I wanted to go to Hobby Lobby to see what I could see. And yes, you can look at all these online, but this week that I'm recording in, because it is Saturday, I'm going to warn you, I am recording a day early because my sons are going out of town for work on Mother's Day. Yeah, I'm not super crazy about that, but we're going to do our Mother's Day celebration today, a day early. I really don't care. Y'all know how family focused I am. So as long as I spend time with my children, I don't care what day it is. Every day's Mother's Day to me because the way they treat me. Because yes, they love their mama. Alright, so I am recording this a little early. So we got all this. Me and my daughter-in-law went yesterday, to town. Usually Friday is Friday Fun Day for my grandson. But since the boys are going out of town Sunday, they had yesterday off. And my grandson wanted to hang out with his daddy. Can't fault him for that. He has no clue that my son's going to be going out of town. And he's not going to like that. But you know what? My door's always open for my daughter-in-law, aka my best friend, and my grandson. So we went to 10,000 places yesterday. It seems like we went to Food Lion, we went to PetSmart. We were going to Food Lion to get a particular cat litter that Walmart hasn't been carrying lately. They carried it for about 6 months, got us hooked on it, and then stopped carrying it. But Food Lion had it, and PetSmart has it. Well, usually PetSmart is more expensive than Food Lion, so we were going to go to Food Lion and get it. So we totally went by our side of town on the way to the other side of town, which thankfully the Food Lion on our side of town, I told her, I was like, let's just do that first. It's not meat. It's not anything that has to be refrigerated. Let's hit there first. Yeah, well, we were talking about some things we needed to talk about and got totally distracted. Blew right by our Food Lion. So we went to the one on the other side of town. Oh, I said I was going to do all this later. Sorry. I'm not going to delete that out because I want something fast and easy for my son to edit. So anyway, one of the places was Hobby Lobby because I didn't even bother to check whether it was yarn this week or fabric. It was fabric that was on sale this week. So I always like to go look because you just never know. And they had a few new things, but this is one of them. And I saw it and my daughter-in-law saw it at the same time, and I grabbed it because I think this deserves its life as a tote. I think it would also look really, really good as a drawstring bag. So, I could do both. I think I want to do a drawstring bag first, but the only thing that I'm a little apprehensive about is the squares, how they would line up. Or not line up, how many squares I could get in a in the drawstring tote. So, of course, I have black, right? Ooh, I don't want my Hobby Lobby bag. So, That would look really, really... Let me fold this back up. Because it's easier when it's a small little thing to handle, you know. But I think that the black would look superb on it. Now, keep in mind, when I do a drawstring do a drawstring bag, it has the black on the bottom and then the black drawstring sleeve, right? But I also think, now tell me if I'm wrong, that would look good together. It is, yes, it is a different shade, but for one, I don't know that I don't think I have any greener tone of a teal or aqua, but I think that looks great. So what should I do? Originally, when I thought about doing this video, I was going to show you my haul, stop the camera, make the bags, and then end the video with showing you the completed bags. I'm not going to do that for two reasons. One, I want my son to be able to edit this video for Monday. And two, I don't know that I want to spend my entire Mother's Day celebration day in my workroom, you know? They probably won't be up here for a couple more hours because it's only 9:30. No, it's 10:30. Jeez, Pete, I can't even see the clock over there. My eyes are a little blurry today. So probably about 2.5, 3 more hours. And that's not time enough to do everything that I need to do for a drawstring or a tote or one of each or, you know. I can't do 2 drawstring or 2 totes. I need to pre-make me some tote liners. That's what I need to do. But anyway, I thought this was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I do think that this will be a fabulous tote. But I want your opinions. On a tote, should I make this the entire fabric? Or make the tote, and it's definitely going to have black handles. But what should I do? Because on a tote, it would just be the bottom. I think that would look fabulous. I think I might do that. I don't think I want to do the whole tote in that. I think I want to have that contrast at the bottom. So, that's one of them. And yes, I grabbed these colors because I was sitting here thinking I wanted to do that style video. But then I decided, no, I'm going to edit my own video for Wednesdays. Y'all cross your fingers. I have not done it since my concussion because I was having a hard time trying to relearn the program because I don't remember how to work the program. And I used DaVinci Resolve to edit. I was starting to use DaVinci Resolve to try to help my son with my editing. But anyway, the other one, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but there was so many fabrics that appealed to me that I was scared would not appeal to anybody else. So I didn't buy them until I saw this one. How beautiful is that? Is that not gorgeous? It's so beautiful. And I'm not a paisley person, but those paisley accents inside those flowers almost look like leaves. I mean, yes, I know it has leaves. Okay. So this one, I don't know if it wants to be a tote. Now, if anybody wants a tote specifically, email me and let me know. But if it is going to be a tote, I do think it needs a contrast color. I don't know about having a full-size tote in this color, or in this fabric. I could be wrong. Y'all are the rule makers now. I don't make the rules. One of Hannah's podcasts, I want to say it was not last Saturday's. I haven't looked to see if she has uploaded. I didn't get a notification that she uploaded today. She probably did. She did. I think she uploads around midnight or something. Oh, she uploaded just a 5-minute video, so I have to see what's going on with Hannah. But anyway, she, in one of her latest podcasts, she's like, I think it was her last one. Yeah, it was, because she's like, I don't make the rules. And then she says, actually, I do. But kind of, sort of, y'all make the rules, you know? So tell me. Now, if this does get made up into a tote, let me know if you think. Now, I have 4 colors here to go with this. Originally, this will be a drawstring bag. But if it does get made into a tote, these same color options are available for the bottom of the tote. I'm not crazy about this first one. I think it might be too much black. And y'all just tell me what you think. But again, this teal, man, this aqua, look at that. It's not as green as the one in the patchwork. And it's not as blue as this one. But I still think there's shades of that in those flowers, and the deeper shades of those flowers to pull it off. I could be wrong, and I don't know the shade, the color variation that is showing in the camera. Same thing with these two. Purples and reds, or purples and pinks, are not that great for the camera. Now, this one right here. Oh, hold on. It's got some lint on it, or so. Oh, it was just a piece of thread. This, I think, is perfect. But y'all know me, I'm a blue and a purple girl. But y'all tell me. Or the beautiful blue. Now, I have a blue that is almost identical to this color, but it's more of a blender color, so it has variations of the color, and I think I don't think that would look good, so that's why I chose that blue to look at. So y'all tell me, with this one, purple, blue, aqua, or black? I'm not sure I'm going to do it like this. To kind of give y'all a way to say, yeah, that's it. Because I really don't know. Usually this is my default. When I'm not sure of a color, the black is my default. But I'm not crazy about the black with the flower fabric, because I think the colors just sing to me. But I will wait for y'all's opinion. Now, I was planning, like I said, I was planning on working on these. I think I'm going to wait to hear back from y'all, and I really would love your opinions. Even if you've never commented on my post or my videos before, just say purple, blue, aqua, black. Just one word. Or you don't even have to do a heart in that color. You know? Because I do want to do it, and I'm conflicted. Okay. My lips feel like they're peeling. I can do that, and it feels like it's there. All right. That is all for my hauls. Now we get into the chitty chatty part. No, do not drop your stitches, Lynn. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to knit while I talk to y'all. So, like I said, we blew straight past my side of town, and forgot to go to the food line on that side. So we went to food line on the south side. And while I appreciate the fact that we do have a food line over there, traffic on South Side is notorious for being bad traffic because everybody wants to be on South Side because that is the ritzier, the wealthier side of town. All right. Not all of South Side is wealthy, but the big wealthy neighborhoods are over there. So traffic is atrocious most of the time. And I don't know why it was atrocious on this Friday, but it was. So we're about halfway through. We were just going through downtown to get to Southside. And I looked at Kat and I was like, we forgot food line. So we went to the food line on the other side of town. They only had 3 of the little things of the litter that we were looking for. Not the big ones. It was, I think they were 11 pounds. No, they were 20 pound jugs, not the 35 pound. Both houses have 2 cats each. So we really need the 35 pounds. Me, not as much as her, because I have that automatic cat box that I bought with a certain somebody's Christmas gift that really enabled me to sell the fact that I needed my kittens to my husband. Because when we got my kittens, it was December. It was basically a Christmas present. A Christmas present that was born on Halloween. But I still really did not have much use of my left arm, if at all. I don't even think I had, at the point the kittens came, I don't think I had any use really at all. It's kind of blurring together because memory was one of the ramifications of that severe concussion. But needless to say, I got that automatic cat litter box. And that thing has been such a blessing. I change it once a week. With 2 cats, I change it once a week. And you don't get a smell. Their litter is rotated and dumped automatically a minute after they get out of the litter box. Love it. And it is really saving me on litter cost. So my 35 pound container of litter will last me twice as long as it does my daughter-in-law. And she's about ready to pull the trigger and get her one. She's been wanting one, but she doesn't want to ask my son because of the rental of the backhoe and all the money he's putting out right now. She didn't want to ask him that. I almost tried to get her one for Mother's Day, but those things have gotten a little bit more expensive than I expected. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do it. But anyway, so long story short, I checked PetSmart, and they were on sale for cheaper than what we could get them at Food Line. So she's like, so what? We came to Food Line for nothing? I said, well, no, not really. If you want, you can get all 3 of those, and I'll just get the one from PetSmart. And she's like, no, we'll go to PetSmart. So we went to PetSmart, grabbed the cat litter. And she grabbed a different collar for her bulldog because we will be going out of town. Not this coming week, not the week that you see this video, but the following week, because they want to take my grandson back to the mountains for his birthday. In July of last year, we went up to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge for my daughter-in-law's birthday, and my grandson just had himself a blast. That was the first time he'd ever been to the mountains at 5 years old. So he was super excited. Well, when asked what he wanted to do for his birthday this year, he said he wanted to go back to the mountains. So my son made that happen. My son rented a cabin. And, but I don't know if my sons are splitting the cabin or if it's just the one son, kind of like they did with the backhoe. I don't know what the situation is there. But we will see. Now, my son did invite all of us to go, because a family vacation, that's kind of how we've always done it. Usually it's us footing the bill, but I guess my son said since this was for his son's birthday, he wanted to do it himself. So, okay. Now, here's the kicker. They're going to be out of town. They're going to be up in Tennessee. I think he said Chattanooga is where they got to go Sunday. So instead of coming home and going back, instead of driving the work truck back to South Carolina, and then all of us loading up our vehicles and going up to Tennessee, the boys are going to stay in Tennessee. I'm going to drive one son's car, and my daughter-in-law is going to drive their car, because neither car is big enough to fit all 6 of us. Both vehicles can only fit 5 people. So, it's like, okay, well, we'll do that. And I'm excited because last year we had a blast. My grandson even though it was my daughter-in-law's birthday trip, it was my grandson's first trip to the mountains, so it kind of focused around him accidentally, because my daughter-in-law is that kind of mom. She wanted my grandson to have fun over her. We did do a couple things that she wanted to do, but not everything. So I'm going to tell her, yes, this is the baby's birthday trip, but you get to do a couple things too, since you shared your birthday trip. She's not going to want to do that, but I'm going to try to talk her into it. But while the reason me explaining about our upcoming trip toward the end of May, is because we had to get some things. She's going to get some of hers off of Amazon, and I did buy one thing off of Amazon that ended up being delivered overnight, and it was a 3-way splitter. So in my greenhouse, I have 3 raised beds. The two raised beds on the outside are actually structurally part of my greenhouse. One is in the side of the hill, and one is my back wall. So I bought a timer off of Amazon. Off of Walmart.com, and I think it was like $15, $19. I can't remember, somewhere around in there. And I tested it because I told her I wanted to see. I would be the guinea pig. And the one I bought works great. So what I'm going to do with the 3 beds is I have a 3-way splitter now that will come out of the timer, because the timer is attached to my spigot. And then the 3-way splitter is going to attach to the bottom of the timer. And I ended up buying 3 25-foot soaker hoses to put in the 2 outer beds. And then in my middle bed is where all my green beans are. And in the middle of my greenhouse, I have my compost bin, which is basically the size of 4 pallets. It's a box built with 4 pallets. So I'm going to run through that to the bed on the other side near my front door. So it's really cool. It's going to be a good setup. And I'm hoping the soaker hoses work. My daughter-in-law did not like soaker hoses, but her beds were built not in any kind of pattern. And mine were built in a perfect way for the setup that I'm trying to do. So we had to go, after we left PetSmart, we had to go to Lowe's, because my father-in-law wants me to start him some more tomato plants. And since we did get so much rain, some of my green beans did not sprout, because my green beans, I don't know if it's all green beans or these particular ones. I get the Blue Lake string beans, green garden beans. And I don't know if any other beans are like this, but they don't, before they germinate and sprout, they don't like a whole lot of moisture. And then we had 2 days after I planted them, we had 3 days straight worth of rain. And I was really scared that I would lose all of my beans, but surprisingly more than half of them came up. But I wanted to buy another packet of seeds just in case. And the only place that has the Better Boy tomato packets are Lowe's. So I went there so that I could get those for my father-in-law, and I'm going to start his probably when we get back, because he likes to have his main plants that I planted for him, and then he likes to have some at the very end that'll produce a good bit at the very end of the season. Oops, I went 2 over because I wasn't counting. Because on this yes, I know I did a tutorial, and yes, I know I said to put stitch markers, but I usually don't. Because I made so many of these things, I don't even think about it. But anyway, so we went to Lowe's, and I told her, I was like, well, since Lowe's is right beside Hobby Lobby, let's go see what they have in there. And we walked in, and I said, what's on sale this week? Is it yarn or... Because there's some yarn I'm looking at that I want from there. I said, is it yarn or fabric that's 30% off? And she happened to see a sign, or the sale paper that was attached to one of the cashier's cash registers, and she said fabric. I said, okay. So we went looking at fabric. She pointed out like 5 or 6 to me. I pointed out probably about the same amount to her. The first one I grabbed was that quilt looking one. This one. I mean, that was the very first one I grabbed, and I carried it around the entire time. I did go looking at the fat quarters, because sometimes the fat quarters are a good way to test a fabric without committing to a whole yard. I know I can buy a fat quarter, have it cut. I don't like doing that. I try not to buy anything smaller than a yard, because I never know what I might use. And, you know, the irony of this is I could have totally used this as my great nephew's quilt. I could have totally did this as one piece and then just quilted it. That's cheating. But I love these colors, and these are the colors pretty much that I had in his quilt. Actually, I think I still have yep. Well, it's under stuff. I need to clean up my table. My table has never been this bad. But anyway, because I got a lot going on right now. The backhoe went back, and my workroom exploded with me working again. But anyway, so we saw a lot of different fabrics. Butterflies. Man, Cheryl Lee, let me tell you. Now, your bags are being shipped off this morning. I've already got it printed. The label is packaged. I just need to run it down to the mailbox. Now, the pink-backed butterflies that I saw, they had like 2 or 3 of them. But I didn't get them because I found more than enough butterfly fabric, so I don't want to go crazy on that. But butterflies are my favorite thing. I mean, I'll show y'all this. Butterflies. This is my bags that I use. Butterflies, hibiscus flowers, and of course I couldn't do it without my sunshine. My name is Daybreak, by the way. Like y'all wouldn't know that, right? But anyway, so I have plenty of butterfly stuff right at the moment. So I didn't want to go crazy over butterflies, even though I love to. And with that being said, there was a beautiful wool fabric. But like I told my daughter-in-law, I have wool fabric. Now, I don't know if the wool fabric is not that popular because it's pink. And then the wolves are rainbowy, you know, different color wolves in different colors. I just said the same thing twice, but you know what I mean. In fact, I can't reach it. And it's way up there too. So it is... It's a very light pink, and then the wolves are different colors. And not like wolf colors. They are teals, pinks, blues, you know, all kind of different colors. So maybe I could have got by with getting the wolves. I might go back and get that because I did really like it. I'm not going to get it this week. And I definitely won't get it next week because yarn will be on sale next week. But let me tell you, I enjoyed myself in that store. Then we went over to the kids sections. Normally we go to Walmart for any kind of these things, but she likes to look at Hobby Lobby sometimes too. And we ended up getting a couple things for the baby for his birthday, which we won't give him till we're in the mountains. Because his birthday is, I think we're traveling up there on his birthday. I think. I don't know. I'll have to verify with my son what dates that he reserved the place for. But when you think about it, the trip itself is going to be ecstatic for him. If my daughter-in-law is driving her car or their car, and I'm driving my other son's car, I don't know which one my grandson's going to... Well, we might end up letting him drive some with Mom and then some with me and Papa. But anyway, I kind of forgot what I was saying. So we did that. Then we went to Walmart, because Walmart was the very last place we had to go, because we had to get some things so I could cook dinner last night. It was up between a deconstructed bell pepper, stuffed bell peppers, or pork loin. Well, since the boys are going out of town, I was telling my husband, I said, Kat and the baby can come eat dinner with us Sunday. So let's save the pork loin for Sunday, because I don't know. She hasn't tried my deconstructed stuffed bell peppers. Usually she doesn't like bell peppers because of a textural thing, right? So we don't know if she likes it yet. And I was like, let's go ahead and I'll do the deconstructed stuffed bell peppers tonight, and we can do a pork loin Sunday. Because today, being Saturday, the boys are going to, they said, you know, my son asked me, the oldest one, he said, and I say that with a tongue-in-cheek because they're twins, but he said, just let me know what y'all would want for Mother's Day. And I said, I don't have to go out. I don't want to go out, really, because it's going to be crazy busy, and I don't want to have to wait. And my husband and my sons can cook me a better meal here on the grill or in this kitchen, whatever. So we had to get meats and stuff at Walmart. Well, while we were at Walmart, I got the soaker hoses for the thing, and I got a new little sprayer, because I thought I was going to be buying some 25-foot cheap hose and poking holes in them to make my own soaker hose type situation. And I would need something on the end of it to cap it. So what I thought is just one of those little sprayers without... I didn't want to get just a plain metal one because I wanted the ones that had the different options so that I could use it later. Now I have 2 wands down there that give me those options, and they're long. But I just wanted, you know, just a small one, not a big long one, because I needed it to lay at the very end of my bed, my garden bed, without taking up room or having to cock to pinch the end of the water hose to be able to lay the wand down. Well, then they didn't have any in stock when we went to that Walmart on South Side. So my daughter-in-law saw the soaker hoses and she says, I'm not crazy about these, but it's probably because of the way my garden is set up. She said, but yours should be perfect. You may like them. So we're going to try that. I'm going to hook them up today or tomorrow. It may be tomorrow. I don't know. And see with the timer set. Because right now I am watering my tomato plants with banana water. Basically, I have been saving my banana peels in the freezer. And then what I do is I take them and put them in, you know, a bucket of water. And then I scoop one cupful for each plant. Usually I do that throughout the growing season, but I don't have to. Once they start to fruit, I don't have to do that anymore. So it's okay if the soaker hoses just gives them water. And by the time they're already flowering, so by the time we go on our trip, they should be already starting to produce fruit. And it'll be all right just to do plain water instead of banana water. But I'm going to set it up and give it a shot and see. I would ideally like it to be a sunny day because it rained. It was still raining when I got up this morning about 6:30. And it's kind of hard to see, you know, how much the soaker hose is going to work. The soaker hose said that I needed to bury the soaker hose, but I don't want to. I want it to lay slap dab in the middle. And I want to see how long I'm going to have to set my timer to let it run. I've never used a soaker hose. Are you supposed to have it on all the time? If so, I'm not going to be able to do it. I mean, I won't be able to do that. I can let it run for a couple of hours, maybe. But see, these are things I need to get in line and make sure that I have. If worse comes to worse, I can disengage my soaker hoses and use my regular hoses, or go supplement my regular hoses, because my hoses are about 4 years old. So if I put holes in them, it'll be okay. I'll just need some new hoses to be able to span, because my hoses are only 25 feet. Well, my greenhouse is 25 feet. So you would think it works, but it doesn't quite work all the way, because you have to go from the center of the greenhouse, which my greenhouse is 20 foot wide, so you have to use 10 feet, so you can only go 15 feet up my beds. So I would need three more brand new hoses to be able to supply the hoses that I end up putting holes in. And that's fine. The one in Batesburg, it says they have those the cheap 25 footers in stock. So I could just do that. No worries. I just need to I need to spend the next couple days working that out and making sure that I have an established thing, because I'm only going to ask my father-in-law to come up. I think my son's going to have his friend keep Maya. and I'll just have my father-in-law come up, because I think we're only going to be gone 4 days. I think I'll have him come up the 3rd day. So we'll leave. They'll have a full day. Then I'll have him come up the 2nd day. Yeah, because then he can come up that day, then they'll have a full day, and then the next day we'll be back. So that'll work. And he doesn't have to clean the litter box because, like I said, that litter box, it takes a week for that thing to fill up. And I do let it fill up because those bags, I just had to buy replacement bags, which it's not bad. I ended up buying on Amazon, I think it was like 150 bags for $24. So not horrible. I didn't get the Pet Pivot, which is the brand name of the litter box that I use. I didn't get those bags because per bag it was like 50 cents a piece, and these off-brand ones were 17 cents a piece. So I went ahead and did that. Plus, if my daughter-in-law does get one, I can share my bags with her so she doesn't have to buy any bags immediately. Pet Pivot came with quite a few bags. Let's see, it is May, and I've done every week since December. So 4 or 5 months, 20 weeks. So it came with 20 bags, 25 bags, something like that. So she'll have bags immediately, of course, but she won't have to buy any to replace because I'll have 150. Or actually I do, because I just got them in this morning. Because they had overnight delivery, y'all. From Columbia. The Amazon I used to work at, CAE1. It came in from that one. And they do a delivery. I think it said it was guaranteed deliver between 4 and 8 a.m. They were delivering it as I was getting up. So that worked out well. I got the 3-way splitter for my greenhouse and the cat litter box bags. But this is probably more than y'all ever wanted to know, isn't it? I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm sitting here talking to friends, man. I mean, yes, I do the hauls and stuff like that, but I love the chitty chatty part too. Because so many of y'all that you email me and, you know, you leave. Ooh, I'm sitting here talking. Hold on. I done went past my thing. I think I went 2 over again. No, I went 3 over. Let me count again, make sure. Because you know what? That caffeine ain't. Yep. That is my 2nd caffeine for the morning. But my midday slump comes before noon. But anyway, so I appreciate y'all, you know, just sitting here listening to me chat, because, and, you know, sending me the emails and messages and stuff like that, it's like I said before, it's like talking with friends. So I enjoy it. And I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. They don't like to watch people sit there and chat, but now that things are starting to slow down a little bit, relatively, hopefully I'll get into the routine. And it's not going to happen right away because my son's going to be off in Tennessee for 2 weeks. So he's not taking his computer, of course, and he's not going to be able to edit my videos. That's what I was trying to tell y'all at the beginning of the video. I'm going to have to try to relearn DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos. My goal was by the first of the year to be editing my own videos, because I knew I was going to be editing. I knew I was going to be adding a 3rd video a week. And unfortunately, with the concussion and the trouble that I was having after that, lost most of what I had learned. So now I have to try to go in here and do it. And when I'm sitting in here trying to edit stuff, I get so frustrated and I just want to grab knitting, crochet, or sewing. I don't I don't want to struggle with the technology. I used to be really, really good with computers and technology and everything, but I'm starting to struggle with it. Even before my concussion. I mean, yes, I joked with I was struggling with technology a lot because I was on a small scale, but now it's oof, woof. It's rough. It's rough. But hopefully I can get it figured out, and only thing I can say is either A, there's three possibilities. You'll get to see some videos that are decently edited. Okay? Number two, you will get to see some videos that are horribly edited or not edited at all. Because if I have to just straight up upload, I might just do that. Or we might not have any videos for the entire duration where my son is gone. I don't know what we're going to do yet. So, keep your fingers crossed for me. Because, y'all. Sorry, my nose is itching. The struggle is real in that regard. Get this, y'all. No wind chimes and no popcorn. There's nothing going on out there except clouds. Because when it stopped raining this morning, I do hear birds. But it's like Mother Nature just hit pause. I mean, yeah, I see my wind chimes moving a little bit, so there is some movement of air, but not much. I don't see the limbs hardly moving at all on my trees, so. Oh, good news. Let me share this a little bit with you. Sorry, my nose is like stupid itching. We're wanting to do our own honey. My daughter-in-law and I. We have had honeybees for years, but a few years ago, we stopped seeing them so much. And honestly, I saw my first honeybee the other day that I haven't seen in almost 2 years. So I was really, really, really worried. And was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday, before my daughter-in-law come up. Minnie was playing with something on the kitchen floor, and I'm like, what are you doing? It was a honeybee, y'all. Needless to say, I rescued the honeybee from my kitten because I didn't want her to kill the honeybee. And I put the honeybee back out on the front porch, made sure that, she was able to fly off and everything. And I sent a picture to my daughter-in-law and was like, look, there's proof. I do have honeybees still up here. Because what we're going to do is my daughter-in-law is the ultimate. She wants her yard to grow wild. And they bought my mother's place from me. And I have always cut the grass down there. So when at first they were just gonna, be there, they wasn't gonna buy it. And so I maintain the yard down there. Keep in mind it's only half a mile down the road. And my daughter-in-law, she wanted things to grow wild, and that wasn't going to happen if I was mowing the grass, right? So when they finally started mowing the grass themselves, because my son said he didn't want me to have to do that, I was like, this is my Zen time. mowing grass here and down at my mom's place, or then my son and my daughter-in-law's place, was therapy, non-fiber related. It was my time outdoors to where it wasn't taxing on my knees or my back. You know, I could just mow the grass. Even more so over the years after I got the zero turn. Whew. Because but the bad thing about that is it went too fast because it was wider. They ended up taking over my Troy built that I got from my father-in-law years ago. They ended up taking that over. So they were going to be cutting their own grass. And my son said he didn't want me to have to bother with it. I said, okay. Well, then the yard would grow up and it would break my heart because I was so used to seeing it nice and pretty and manicured and, you know. And my daughter-in-law was like, you know, I like for it to grow wild. I like for the flowers and the weeds, the pretty weeds, you know, to have a chance. So up here, we're going to make a compromise. I told her where we're going to have our beehive, which is going to be at the very back near the tree line where we had the trees harvested. We're going to have it back there, far enough away from the house, because where my house currently sits, the house, this house, the honeybees were back in the woods at a wild hive, right? And it wasn't a danger to my husband because my husband is he's very allergic. He would go into anaphylactic shock really fast. So I told her, I was like, in order for us to do this, we need to have it way far away from the house. And what we can do is we can plant all the wildflowers we want. So that the bees, you know, can have their source of food and they'll hopefully stay clear away from the houses. And then the yards and stuff at the houses will be pretty and green and mowed because that's what my son likes too. When they come here and I have all my yard beautiful and green and mowed and pretty and, you know, they love it. Especially my grandson. Because he's like, I can't remember the verbiage that he used exactly, but he knew Grandma was not feeling good when my yard got run up last year after my concussion. Because he told his mom, and my grass grows, it starts in March and grows until, you know, late October. He's like, Mama, somebody got to mow Grandma's grass because it's grown up. Grandma can't mow it, you know? Because he was struggling to understand. He knew that I had gone to the hospital. He knew that something was wrong. I don't think he really understood that what the day-to-day dynamics of all of the ramifications from that entailed. But he's used to seeing my yard pretty and cut and green and whatnot. But anyway, he's kind of... He will be appreciative, and I'm going to show him, you know, as he gets a little older, that he can help us. Because technically, we'll all be sharing the zero turn, because there's no reason for them to buy a brand new, because that Troy build is breaking, or has broken. But there'll be no need for them to buy a separate lawnmower when we're literally going to be 1,000 feet apart, you know. Maybe more. Nah, probably about 1,000 feet. Not quite a half a mile, but pretty close, you know, between the two houses. But that's fine. I mean, we literally can drive it from one yard to the next. Because it's going to be our home site, either the outdoor kitchen or the chicken coop, the greenhouse and gardens, and whatever's not on my side, between the greenhouse and the chicken coop or the outdoor kitchen will be on their side, and then their house. And then on the other side of one of the cow pastures, my other son will be toward the front of the property. And then in front of our house will be cow pastures. And after the cow pastures, we're going to have field for hay and and or corn. Not edible corn. We're going to be growing that near the greenhouse and the garden. But this is for stock, you know, for the chickens and the cows. I don't know. We discussed pigs, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to grow pigs or not. So, we'll see. But anyway, that's the kind of the layout. And we'll still have mowable parts between the two houses. So it wouldn't be no big deal for, you know, me to do my side and their side, or them to do their side and my side, or we could just trade off. That's the beauty in the way we're going to be doing things. All three households are going to be sharing some of the load. Granted, my younger son, Austin, my younger twin, with it just being him, I don't know how much he's going to be pitching in as far as the day-to-day stuff, because him and Adam are actually, you know, they're working. Probably the most of the labor sharing will be between me and my daughter-in-law for like the livestock and such. Now, as far as mowing and yard work and all that, I don't know. I don't know if I want that taken away from me. But if we're going to be so big into caring for livestock and growing all the things on the scale that we're going to go, I don't know if it'll be too much for me to, I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. I don't know. And I don't really know what we're going to do with this area here. I thought my younger twin wanted this one, but he's saying since it might take us a while to get our house built and move out of this, he might want to go ahead and have his home site built and already moved into that. So we'll see. It's kind of all still in flux. But I think I'm gonna end on that note, and just be prepared. Wednesday's video may or may not be a hot mess. But like I said in my last video, failure is learning. For me, I learned from everything. Now, I did get a peep of a comment that ran across my phone. I don't know if it was Heather. It had an H on the icon. Y'all should see my notifications. They're horrible. I have a long list of notifications on the top of my phone. But I could only see like the first couple things, and it said mistakes or failures or something. So I'm trying to see what she said on that. But I mean, let's face it. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from accidents or failures or anything like that. So if I mess up at my first, actually it won't be my first go. It'll be the first one y'all probably see. But I have tried to use DaVinci Resolve since my concussion, and it had me in tears. I'm not gonna lie, it had me in tears because I was so frustrated. Not because I was hurt and my feelings were hurt. It was just I was so mad and frustrated that I was in tears. So Wednesday's video, keep your fingers crossed for me. You know, hopefully I will find some joy to carry me through that, because I'm gonna need it. I would love your opinions if you're still around. I would love your opinions on the color coordinations for those. Or any other advice you have. If you think you'd like to see some wolves, some wolf patterns or anything like that, just let me know. Until Wednesday's video, take care of you and try to find you a little bit of joy and grab a hold of it and don't let go. Until then, until I see you, take care. Bye.